Hey, welcome to Live with Lynn. If you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so I know you were here. So I'm Lynn Huber, and I appreciate you being here with me today. So we've been talking about self-discipline in the last couple of days. And so I went looking and I found 7 ways to master self-discipline. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. And so we'll talk about that. But so how often have you waited until the first of the week or the month or even the year to declare that you're making sweeping changes and then only to fall back into old familiar patterns pretty quickly, just a short time later? Well, the answer is plenty. If that's your answer, you're not alone. And you know what? I'm guilty. I'm horribly guilty of this too. Otherwise, New Year's resolutions wouldn't be such a big deal if we didn't all do this, right? We didn't all fall back into that old routine. But the good news is we can get off that pesky roller coaster of ups and downs and get our feet solidly on the ground of steady progress. And so all you need, right, is self-discipline. But let's take a look at 7 ways then to master that, to master self-discipline. So number 1, start with why. You may think self-discipline starts with to-do lists or apps or calendars or planners, but that's really not the first thing. Hi, Karen, good to see you. That's really not the first thing you need. Really, the first thing you need to master self-discipline is to know why it is that you want to do what you want to do, why you've chosen this goal, why this is so important to you. And the thing is, superficial reasons most of the time aren't strong enough to make this stick. You need to identify the deep emotional cause that's going to resonate in your being in meaningful ways. So for example, losing weight just for the sake of being slimmer or looking better likely isn't strong enough to keep you on your diet or in the gym every day. But when you think about the more significant outcome of losing weight, the pull gets stronger. Is it the goal of weight loss so that you can have more self-confidence? Is it to spend more energy with your children, to have more energy to spend with your children? Is it because you want to live longer or avoid illness? But then go even deeper than that. So think about, as you're dealing with, if you have weight issues, think about as you're dealing with that. Do you feel like less than when you're around others and you're that fat girl? I can say this because I can feel this, right? So it's different for everybody, but maybe that's it. Maybe you feel like, oh man, I'm the fat girl. I'm always the fat girl or whatever, and you hate that and you feel really bad about that, right? And you don't ever want to feel like that again. And that's the deeper why. And so it's different for everyone. I'm not saying that if you're overweight that you're that fat girl. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, what is it that you're feeling? What is it that's in your mind? So I once drilled down with a new representative hi, Marcia, good to see you. So I was helping a new representative get started in her Avon business. This was a while back, but we were trying to figure out her why, and you go through the whole process, like who do you know and all that. But when we were talking about her why, she said she wanted a new car, and I'm like, that's a great why, right? I need a new car. Your old car's really old, but that alone probably isn't going to be enough to keep her going when the going gets really tough. And in business, I promise it will. Business is up and down, right? So we talked for a few minutes, and finally she tells me that she drops her kids off a block away from school because she's too embarrassed to be seen, or they're too embarrassed to be seen with her in the clunker that she's driving. Her car apparently was really old, but her kids were too embarrassed. And they were like, can we just walk from here? And she wanted to do better for her kids. She didn't want them to ever feel embarrassed like that ever again. And that was her in her being, right? So now that's her real why. That's her real why. Yes, she wants a new car, but what's even more important is that car is going to help her not embarrass her kids anymore, right? So number 2, delay gratification, but lock it in. So one of the most significant concepts behind self-discipline is that you increase your ability to delay gratification. So when weighing opposing options, you sacrifice short-term goals for long-term gains, right? Well, the best way to build self-discipline is to delay that gratification, but make sure that you plan something enjoyable in the short term too. You don't want to always be not allowing yourself to have what you want. So for example, in the weight loss thing, if you're trying to lose weight and you must choose what to eat, you may compromise by following your diet plan correctly all week, and then allow yourself a break or a cheat meal on the weekend. Or maybe you can allow yourself some of the foods you enjoy, stipulating that you find a way to prepare them yourself with a lighter, healthier ingredient so that they're better for you, right? So the key is to make choices that lead to long-term benefit without completely sacrificing your quality of life in the short term. That way you make sustainable changes that you can stick to. So number 3, reduce your options. So the third method of mastering self-discipline is simplify your life by reducing your options. So many successful people in the media, such as Barack Obama and Mark Zuckerberg, are known for doing that with their wardrobes. They wear the same types of clothes every day, thereby eliminating confusion and on what to wear. I didn't know this. I read this morning. Did you guys know that? But you can do the same thing with your diet by stocking your fridge and your cabinets with only healthy foods. Remove the temptation to go off the plan. For me, it's popcorn. I mean, I buy these bags of popcorn and I'll sit and I'll eat the whole bag, and it's, healthy pop or whatever, so it's good for you, but the whole bag isn't. So for me, I don't want to have that in the house, because if it's there, I'm gonna fall and I'm gonna do it, right? But same thing, like if you're at work, if you're sitting down to work, clean your workspace of anything you don't need that's going to get in the way of you finishing your job, so that only make the necessities available to you. Because if you only have the things around you that you need to have, then it makes it more likely you're not going to fall, and you're going to be able to be more disciplined. So number 4, visualize the process. Another method that works for building self-discipline is visualizing the steps that you'll take to achieve those goals. So if you tend to struggle with waking up early to go to the gym, for example, before you go to sleep at night, envision how you'll even approach that morning. Picture yourself waking up right when your alarm goes off, getting dressed and heading straight to the gym. And then imagine the exact workout you're going to do from start to finish, and visualize yourself feeling accomplished, knowing that you've made the best decision and gotten a great start to your day. So that's one way to do it. Number 5, meet your baseline needs. So it's much easier to build new habits and exert more self-control when you're actually well-fed, well-rested, hydrated, relaxed, and comfortable in your physical surroundings. So make sure that your basic needs are met, healthy food, shelter, drinking enough water, getting enough sleep before you try to tackle these big goals. And then number 6, change your language. The way you speak about your goals and your priorities can make a huge difference in your approach. Seriously, speaking words over things, that's so powerful. And so if you're starting a new business, for example, not every aspect of that business is going to be exciting and motivating. Some things are going to feel tedious or dull or even frustrating, right? But exercising self-discipline and self-control means pushing through the unpleasant parts so that you can reach your end goal. And a trick that you can use here is to change the way you talk about it. So for example, if you're dreading a presentation or a project at work or at school, you have 2 choices. You can complain about how awful the job is and then procrastinate, or you can describe how lucky you are to be in your position, right? If it's for school, you can think about how fortunate you are to get the chance to advance your education. Or if it's for work, you can think about how this is awesome. I get to showcase my abilities. My boss is going to see what I'm doing. And you never know, that might get me a promotion. Or maybe you can think about how great it is that you have a steady paycheck coming in that allows you to pay your bills and enjoy an amount of security in your life. Number 7, shift your identity. This is another huge one. So your self-discipline will be much improved if you think of the end goal and align your identity with the type of person who has achieved what it is that you're looking for. So for example, if you want to improve your physical fitness, consider the actions of people who are physically fit. Reframe your identity and describe yourself as the type of person who cooks healthy food or who enjoys physical activity. If you're looking for a successful business, examine the traits of successful business people. There's lots of people out there that are in business that are highly successful. Adopt some of those traits that they have and adopt them into your identity as you describe your identity to yourself and to anybody else. Maybe you've read that the most successful people are early risers. Well, you too can shift your self-perception by becoming an early riser. So you can identify as the type of person who wakes up early to work on your business every day. Now, I'm not saying you have to be an early riser to be successful in business. I'm not. but but if that's what it is that you think that's going to help you, and you've figured out that that's the thing that's going to help you be more successful, by all means, do it, right? So, self-discipline, it's a combination of identifying your goals and shifting your mindset to prioritize your choices, and all of those things inch you closer and closer towards attaining your goals, and being more successful despite your feelings, right? But like we've talked about the last couple of days, self-control isn't something you can master overnight. Just like any muscle in your body, self-discipline takes time to build. And with practice and effort, you can improve, you can grow, you can become the best version of yourself possible. But remember, in life, it's not about getting to the end really quickly. It's all about the journey. Live in the present, work to better yourself, and enjoy the journey, because it's all in the present. It's not like you want to just hurry up and get to the end of your life, because then you're dead, right? So it's all about the journey. And we do a little bit every day to make ourselves better, and we get better, and then we do more to make ourselves better, and we get better, and we enjoy it along the way, and we just become a better person, right? So now I'd love to hear from you. What things do you have that help you master your self-discipline? What kinds of things help you when you're struggling because you don't want to eat that popcorn or whatever it is, right? So please share with us in the comments below. And hey, I want to thank Karen and Marcia for being live with me today. Hope you guys all have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.